is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. If it's your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support. Our family is growing rapidly. Just think about this time last week, I was barely pushing over 1,200 subs, and now it's like almost 1260. So I mean, just for that to be changing around in a rapid race is just, I mean, rapid pace is just truly a blessing to me. So I'm so grateful for the support y'all been giving me, and just being able to know that y'all can relate to so many things that I talk about is truly a blessing. So with that being said, much love to y'all all, and namaste, namaste, and blessings, and love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. I know I messed up my outro if y'all been with me for a while, so please forgive me. I'm just still, just in that excited mode. So with that being said, if you've been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please, if not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I'd love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift and how it impacted your life and hitting you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are uplifting to you, give you good vibes or good information, or just inspires you in some kind of way that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath or going through trying times and need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes or even spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. It's all greatly appreciated. I'm so grateful for y'all, and I'm so grateful for the support, and I'm very appreciative of all that. It is truly a blessing to be able to be assistance along your soul journey. As you're giving me love, I'm definitely sending it right back. So I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today, um my meditation music I'm listening to, it's a new channel that I've just subscribed to. I think they it's called Morning Meditation Music Boost Your Energy, Feel Great. And it's like only 37 minutes long. So if when you get that chance to break, and you really need to have a boost to pick me up, because I've used this before, and it's greatly a booster towards me that I truly need it, go ahead and use it. I'll post that link in the description box below. And today my video is about Twin Flame 101. Everything that is wanted is on the other side of fear, and it truly is. A lot of times we don't go for the things that we want because either we don't feel like doing all that work for it, or we feel like it should be just given to us, or you don't like that thing called change. We're like that. We're like that at all frames, but it's okay. But that's the reason why we're on these spiritual awakenings. That's why a lot of us, it can seem scary when you have known there was something always off about you. There's things that you truly want. There's a lot of times, there's some people that are blessed to be able to be in the field to where their job doesn't seem like a job. It doesn't seem like a career, but it's like a lifestyle that you're living. The things that you do every day doesn't seem like, oh, it's such a drag. I've been at jobs where I love that. My best time was on my job is on my days off. I am not gonna lie. There's so many jobs I done got fired from, or I walked away from, either because they didn't respect me, or they were doing too much damn controlling and I couldn't deal with it. Or it was just, the fact is they used they abused their authority. I had to deal with a lot of that stuff, especially when I came to move down here. There was a lot of people that my family had got me jobs from, and they found out who I was related to, and they told me, hey, make her life a living hell. And they tried to do that, and I'm just like, nah. It was, no. So they tried to always make it seem like anything that I went through, it was my fault. I can admit, and there was things that I did that you ain't gonna pull no, you're not gonna pee outside and tell me it's raining. I don't do that. You gonna have to show me. you know. But there was a lot of times I didn't want to go for this. You know, there was a lot of times, you know, I hear some people are like, you know, Rosa, how do you do this YouTube channel? Or there was so many people when they found out who I was related to, who I truly was, and you know, when they found out I was doing YouTube, you know, when I first started, they were like, Rosalind, I wouldn't go out there and tell nobody. What would they think? What would they say? You know, and they will try to pump that fear in me. But this was something the universe and God was placing me on this path to do. You know, when I first started, you know, there's a lot of people that are newly subscribed. So, and there's some of y'all in my family, y'all been with me for like a year or plus, you know, since I first started grind on my grind. And you know, it was scary for me because it was like when I first started, I was, you know, really quiet and, you know, was worried about what people would take me, how they would take me, if they would believe me. Um, you know, I've got death threats about, you know, who I was related to. And I mean, it was sad because it was like people that claimed that they love my dad. I'm like, how you gonna claim to love them but want me to blow my damn brains out? I mean, that means you had to love him with limitations. You were okay with loving him, but seeing that something there was a product of him walking around here, you know, it was some kind of, you know, that people felt some type of way. And it was like, you know, to me, it's like it is what it is. I can't worry about that. Everything has a balance to it. There are going to be people that love me and appreciate the things that I'm doing, but going to be people that side, you know, give me the side eye. You know, I've heard, you know, seeing is believing. You can look like anybody all day. I'm like, you know what? If you're a true empath, you know when somebody trying to feed you BS and when somebody trying to pull the wool over your eyes, you're gonna feel that impact. You know, but there are sometimes people are in, you know, empaths and they feed off of their ego and they don't want to believe it. And that's fine too. I'm going down my life lessons just like you going about yours. But I had to allow to not let fear to get in the way of what I wanted to do. You know, because there was times where, you know, I was just making like one or two videos a week and I was just mad because I'm like, you know, I'm seeing all these people have like 1,000 views and stuff like that, and they just put them up 5 minutes ago, and I probably had about two. And I said, you know what, I can't get mad at them. I'm like, what are they doing? You have to be consistent. You had to move a little bit more because it was just like I probably do about 2 or 3 videos within that week. And then it was like, you know, I hear the universe, you need to make more. You know, you need to find out more about yourself. Use your talent and your gift to be able to project on your videos. Use your uniqueness. That's the biggest superpower you have because nobody can't be you. You know, there was like, there ain't nothing special about me if you don't take the initiative and the time to see what gift you have to offer people about your uniqueness. That's your true talent because there's a lot of times I don't heard people that I've connected with since I've been on my spiritual awakening. People that stole my identity. You know, I've had that. You know, and I mean, somebody sent me a video about this woman lying and saying she was my dad's daughter, and I'm just like, you know, I no. And they were like, Rosalind, it sounds like, you know, the things that you were telling people on your videos. You know, I even did that when I was telling y'all about my adoption story. You know, I got adoption story that I put out, you know, to let people know the things that I went through, the things that, you know, that I shared about the experiences me and my dad had, you know, all those different things. I was open. You know, I had to be able to get away from fear and not worry about what people think. You know, I shouldn't have to try to convince you. I used to try to convince people. And I said, you know what? People know that it's just that feeling they have. You know, there was some people say, "Oh, you look like Tika when she was younger," or you know, you had that same energy that your dad had because they see my dad. You know, they met my dad. You know, there was people that worked with him and stuff like that. You know, it was a blessing for me to meet some of the people in my dad's band. You know, being able to meet my ex stepmom. You know, that was an experience within itself too. You know, being able to talk to people that you know dealt with my dad, you know, and they were just like, Rosalind, you know, this is crazy. But the more you tell me that, you know, the more things that make sense because my dad was always, you know, been known as weird, you know, things that he's done. And it's just like, you have to be on that level of understanding him. Cause, you know, I always tell my dad, I'm like, look, when you explaining certain things to me, you know, metaphysically, it sounds like daggone Morpheus. I'm like, you know, even though we both like Matrix, I'm like, oh Lord, here he goes with that Morpheus talk. I was like, Dad, can you just speak English? You know, I'm just that straight to the point. You know, I don't beat around the bush or say it, you know, in all these weird different ways. I just say, hey, you know, this, and this, and that. And you're like, you know what? You know, but it's just like, I love him for being who he is, you know. Um, and it's just the fact is, you know, being able to see how far I've come how well I've evolved. I allow people to see me at my worst time, letting you know the experiences that I've dealt with, the things that I've seen, the things that, I had to deal with. It was not easy. It still isn't. But I had to allow myself to know I'm not, if it's not negative, if it's negative, it can still be that experience of growth. I don't hate anybody regardless of what they've done and said to me. I don't place that energy on people. I allowed myself to know, what, this is my tool that I'm gonna use to evolve myself, to press out more. When I started seeing now more, even though it was like I would get like like one or two subscribers and probably within a month, you know lately, I was pushing out videos after videos after videos. There are some times that I would sit up here and be tired, and people were like, they feel it. They were like, Roslynn, you got this heavy energy about you. And I love what I did. This is the only thing. I didn't feel like it was a job. It was just me being able to vocalize my experiences, the things that I've seen within myself that I am proud of, that I changed. No matter how ugly and embarrassing it was, I was allowed myself to be able to say, yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but hey, it's all experience of life. I allowed y'all to see me. There's sometimes I even cringe, because I don't no longer smoke anymore, but I've seen videos. I was lit. I wasn't even lying, but that was the way I got to my higher self, not being, I'm like, damn, but, I'm allowing y'all to see me. There's nothing that, I'm not going to take away from myself because you're allowed to see me at that time. I was dealing with a lot. There's some people that'll tell me, oh, I kind of smoke weed. I'm like, girl, I used to smoke weed, or dude, I used to smoke weed too. It was allowing myself to balance out, and this is before, there was people that they're total strangers and telling me about this, and they thought I was going to place judgment on them. And I said, why'd you seize up like that? You think I was thinking down at you because you told me that? Even if you was to tell me I was a meth addict for years, a lot of us, you'll be amazed of how we cope. Instead of dealing, we have coped with our pain. And I feel bad for people like that. Don't feel sorry for them, but feel bad, because I know it can be really hard to deal with the things that you need to deal with out of fear, things that you'll shy away from because you're scared of being hurt, or you don't want to remember that. A lot of things are coming to the surface where you need to part ways with. And if you want better things in your life, you're going to have to go overcome fear. You're going to have to allow yourself to not worry about what people see in you. The right people, if there's people that walk away from you, it's been friends and family for years, and they walk away from you, or they're constantly casting judgment, or they don't believe in the things that you're doing, they need to part. That those are the people universe is allowing you to see. These are the people who need to part ways with you, because this is when you are involved in something very significant in that impact of change in your life, where it's allowing you to do what is for your talent. You're guiding your way. Even there, if you can be blessed enough to be in a relationship where your significant other is supporting you on your dream. Yeah, it might not be easy. I might be kind of broke or whatever, because you're following behind your dreams. But if you have that person, those are the people that need to be there when you finally get to that path of success. There's so many people that I considered was family to me. The people that were close to my mom, you know, um, that she allowed them to know what happened, who I was related to. They knew she was dying at a certain time, or she allowed them to just know things, but she wasn't telling them she was dying. But she was like, if I don't get this chance to be able to help her connect with her family, please do this. And then when finally, when these things happen, either people ignored the fact and they knew who I was related to, or they had that information that could have helped me go home and decided not to. But that was okay, because if I would have been able to, if they would have been able to help me get home, there would have been so many things I would have missed out on, because I wouldn't have been able to receive the lesson and the blessings that I have right now. I had to go through that setback. I went through things because I was angry, or I allowed myself to tell people my plans, and people, energy, fed off of that and stopped it. It severed, severed my path on where I was going. So I had to learn a lot of things by not allowing myself to be able to let the left hand know what the right hand's doing. Not allow, uh, there was people asking me, oh, do you talk to your family, this and this and that. There is an ongoing investigation about my dad. I'm not going to tell nobody nothing about nothing is going on. Even my, there's close family members that had to say the same thing. If we're trying to get down to the bottom of what happened and the things that are transpiring, I'm not going to tell you who I associate with, what has been said, what things are going down right now. No. I'm working, I'm focusing on me, not focusing on what's going on over there, because if I do, it'll drive me nuts, because it's just the fact is I feel some type of way when it comes to my family. And just the fact is of knowing somebody is walking around scot free, knowing you did this to my dad, oh, it got me all 38 hot. But I had to be able to place that aside, because that was going to be an illusion of focus on the negative. Because it's just like a lot of times, if we're so focused on trying to get back at people that has done the dirtiest things, you're going to miss out on your biggest blessings, because you're too focused on a wrong thing. You're too focused on the wrong things. You have to be able to part ways with it, heal from that, let it go, and move on. So whenever this is chance for you to get that closure that you're desperately wanting, sometimes you get closure, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you got to close it, you got to close that door to that chapter of whoever you're dealing with, and not even worry about the explanation of why things happen the way they happen. It happened for that reason, for it happening for that reason. Everything has a reason for happening a way that it has, and I had to part my ways with that. Like I was telling y'all in the last video, I had to allow myself to step away from those illusions, those things, anything that was not bringing me growth, progression, prosperity, or evolving in a higher purpose. It was distraction. So I had to allow myself to say, people gonna be people. I can't, I can just, all I can do is just pray for people like that, and allow myself to separate, because that took a lot for me to have to separate from that. Because there's anybody whose parents or family who's been murdered or anything like that, that it holds the anger in your heart. But it's like so many things have been reflecting towards me that has truly been a blessing, that has brought tears to my eyes, because I finally understand why things has happened. Like I was telling y'all the other day, I was watching Crimes Daily, and it was this thing, I forgot what that guy was, but he was like a killer in I think it was in California or whatever. He was like kind of like the Night Stalker or whatever, Richard Ramirez, but he was this I don't know. He didn't even look like he was supposed to be a killer, but he wanted so badly for people to hate him. And there was like family members. I guess he had killed like 9 or 10 women. And then they were all, when they come to the court and they're getting ready to, deliver the verdict, the family had that chance to speak. And then you hearing, and my heart broke, because I understand that anger. I understood it. And it's just like, what is being empaths, you can feel that energy they were giving off. They were like, I want you to pay for all the things you took away from us. There was like, there's no going to be any grandchildren. There's not going to be any weddings. And what really broke my heart is when you already lose a child, you should not surpass your children. You should never do that. That's the parents' worst nightmare, is that you have to bury your child. That's why I worry about my daughters all the time, just because the fact is what they've been exposed to, what they've seen me go through, all these different things. I really held something on that, and I pray every day for the safety and the protection of my kids. And it was like seeing that. I was in here bawling, but then when this man came up, he lost his 16-year-old child daughter, and he said everything it stands against you for me hating you, and he did not hate that man. He did not hate him. And you talk about that man turned around and cried. That was the first time he has ever showed any kind of remorse of what he did, because that man impacted that life. He felt that energy come to him. Like, I can hate you all day, but it's not going to bring my daughter back. That hate is not going to bring my daughter back. And I'm sitting up here like, damn, this is messed up, but I respect that man. And I felt for him. I was like literally giving that man a spiritual hug, because I understand, even though I don't want to ever know what that feel like, for me to have to lose a child. That's something, I've lost my twins like a week before my brother died, Amir, so that was enough for me. But I had to be able to separate myself from that, because it's like, if it happened, it happened. I was really young at that time. So it wouldn't allow me, because my kids were like, Mom, you don't ever mention that. I'm like, why would I? I can't. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go that route. I'm already dealing with enough. But going through these things and handling them and dealing with them, I allowed myself to not be fear based, but allow myself to overcome that fear and not allow that to hinder me from progression. If there's anything that you're dealing with, there's anything you want in your life, you cannot fear what you were trying to bring into your life. That's the reason why you're on this journey, because it's allowing you to deal, to face, to conquer over a lot of things that's very uncomfortable. And like I've said it in many videos before, you have to get comfortable of being uncomfortable. I said things that you want in your life is surpass the comfort zone. So you have to be used to doing things change. You have to do things different. You have to be, stay consistent with it. Like I said, it took me a long time, and it was just like there's some people that are blessed, especially dealing with YouTube, and you're a vlogger. There are certain people that can get the fan base. It could be who and they can be able to help you get some subscribers. But I feel like I'm blessed because I did this on my own. Only this, I got it from the support of y'all, and I'm blessed for that. That's why I tell y'all so much. I love y'all. I support you. You support me, and I appreciate that so much. It's like there's times I want to cry tears of joy because I'm seeing how things are starting to generate, because I allowed myself to let go of a lot of things. If I want to know that it's not even about the monetary value, but it's the impact that I'm making in people's lives, for allowing them to see, then you can surpass anything that's been placed on you. You are not the things that happen to you. Allow yourself to let go of that guilt. When you can be mad at people, you have to allow yourself to forgive yourself, because you allowed yourself to be affected by that for so long. It took me a long time to have to forgive myself. I literally mentally saw myself standing at God's feet and asking him to forgive me for allowing him. There's so many times I stood in the way of my own blessings because of fear, of things that I stayed focused on that was not bringing me growth, but just brought me anger. And it's just like I heard the universe, I heard the spirit guides, my intuition telling me you're missing the purpose of what you're dealing with. Yes, we understand you have every right to be mad because you were lied to. Things were like, covered on lie on top of lie on top of lie. But now we're allowing you to see the truth. When they allowed me to stay focused on certain things that my dad brought towards me, the little Easter eggs that only I know what those meant, and I used to cry so much because all I was is thinking about that pain. I never got to reunite with my dad. That was a lot. But then I had to be able to look at it. No, it's not about that, even though, yes, that's a sad thing. But look at the fact is the love that he always, no matter, anytime he sung Purple Rain, or, there's certain songs that he has put out there for me to be able to remember, you know, that was a blessing to let me know he still loved me regardless of what people said, what they tried to do. It was always there, and that's what finally gave me that peace, to know that regardless of, my dad's still in my life metaphysically, spiritually, emotionally, he stayed there when I was like a hot mess. There's so many times I tell him I appreciate you no matter. I know you want to be there physically and you couldn't, but I appreciate you because it would have been so convenient for people to they left, because there was, there's so many people I considered family that I really needed to vent to, and they shied away from me. They were like, Roslynn, this is too heavy, this is too much, or I don't want to believe this, or they got mad because all they were is seeing my dad's estate, the money, the glamour, the glitz. This is a life I'm not even used to. But I said, regardless of, if you strip all that away, he's still human. He was still a parent. If you ever gave up any children, at your teen, and that was your love right there, that was your seed, and you had that taken away from you. That I have a heart for people like that, regardless, even if it was something that you had to do. It's just like people are like, are you mad at your mom? Even though my mom has blocked herself from me, I'm not mad at her, because it's just, the fact is, she might not have told my siblings, because I know I got siblings out there. I can be, it eases me because I see who she is. I see that I emulate her in some kind of way, and it's fine. And I see that and I'm just like, dang, I would have loved to meet my family, but if it's time and a place for that, it's not. it'll happen. So I mean, it took me a long time to have to deal with that because I was dealing with fear. I was dealing with anger. Everything was on the negative aspect because I was so busy counting the problems and not seeing how blessed I was, because I'm allowing myself to use what I've experienced to be able to place upon these videos, being able to allow people to see me for who I truly am. No matter, it's not even really being about Prince's daughter, but it's about the things that I've endured in life that everybody else can relate to. You've been put down, you have been abused, you have been, you know, shunned, whatever, neglected. All these things I've experienced, but I can still put a smile on my face and still say, yeah, those were a bad experience. That doesn't mean I'm having a bad life. Yes, I wasn't able to see, physically see my dad, but that love is still there no matter what. Love never dies. He's proven that, towards a lot of things. And, I can be blessed for all those different things because I'm not allowing myself to worry about fear. Fear gives me that adrenaline, and I had to really see it like that. I really see it as adrenaline because it's allowing me to learn the lessons of life. It's what you make it. If you want to look at all the things that has happened to you and all the things that has been snatched from you, that's all you're going to see. And you're never going to be able to get, because so when the blessings does start there and comes into your life, you won't be able to recognize it. You won't be able to appreciate it because you're so busy looking at the negative, not seeing that you're a person that's still here, you're still breathing. um you have this journey to be able to better yourself. You can make your life the way you want it. That spiritual awakening was awakening the spirit. It was allowing yourself to be in that shock mode. You had to be slapped with reality to be able to say, what, your life has been altered. You've been placed on these chains of limited beliefs. You're not allowing yourself to step out of the comfort zone. But now this experience is allowing you to see things from fresh new eyes. It's allowing you to be experiencing everything from a fresh start. But it all starts with you. It all just starts on, even it's a small step. As long as you keep making that tiny step each and every day. I'm proof of that. I've been doing this for 3 years, going almost close to four. God dog, almost 4 years, and I've evolved so much. There's so many people that's been with me for so long, and they've seen the videos I made from years ago, and I've changed so much. I've been through things. There's times y'all see me cry, and I'm okay with that because there's just being that I'm being a representative for y'all. Being able to know that it's okay to cry. When you cry, is allowing you to release. Even there, you can cry because there are so many things that you're seeing that the universe has blessed you with that you truly didn't have to add. They don't owe you nothing. That's what they're giving you when you have those blessings. It's allowing you to be able to say, this is that gift to you. Even though there's things that's been snatched away from me, all I know is the more I keep working on me, everything that's been taken away from me is going to be replaced with better. Being able to be able to see the blessings in front of me, even though I might not have everything I have everything right now that matters. I can't, wish for riches and all this stuff. I love to appreciate the things that money can't buy. You can't, buy love. It can be faked. It can be altered, whatever. You can give somebody money and they all up in your face. But when it's all gone, I love what Trent Shelton said is when friendship is all you have to offer somebody, who's going to be there for you? When that's all you have to offer, that's when you see who is there for you. Those are the ones you need to hold dear and appreciate. So when you finally do get to where you need to be, those are the ones you need to celebrate with, not with those ones that neglect you when stuff got bad. And it's a lot of times when you go through your spiritual awakening, so many people done dropped out your life. That was a blessing in disguise to you because that allowed you to know real recognize real when fake walked in the room. That's allowing you to know that was your blessing in disguise because those are the people that weren't really there for you in the first place. They were there for you on the fact of what they can benefit from you, not for being there because they appreciate your presence, but they were trying to see what they can benefit off of being around you. And I'm blessed for that because I see when I see people trying to be all overly nice and all that stuff. Now I'm like, dude, you weren't like that. I've seen people that look down at me, and then when they found out who I was related to, and these are people I went to school with, these are people I thought were my friends. They unfriended me, blocked me, and all of a sudden they were like, oh, the the gossip went through the grapevine, and there's so many people now took off my page. I'm like, look, you know, you just holding up space that don't need to be there. God bless you on anything that you're trying to do, but you're not gonna be in my life. I'm done. You know, I've been there for you when you weren't went out more than you worked for me. And I appreciate that because it allowed me to see who was in my life and who needed to be there. And I'm grateful for that. So allow yourself to get past that. Anything you know in your life that you truly want, prepare that you're gonna have to work hard as hell to get to it. And then when you finally do get to it, you're gonna be grateful because you don't got a lot of life learned lessons that allowed you to teach you the benefits of heading towards blessings. And you allowed yourself, you know, there's nobody can never say if you got this on your own, you did it on your own. You worked hard for it and you earned that. So allow yourself to be grateful for that. So I hope that you were able to, you know, resonate with this, y'all. Bet my bad because I've been preaching or whatever. But hey, the message is what the message is. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Mimi B. Yo, sis, thank you so much for the support. You being able to share my videos and stuff like that. It is truly appreciated. I love that girl. You know, that's my A1 is almost day one. So, you know, much love to you. I would love to give a post notification coaching post notification out to Scorpio Twinsy. Much love to you. Welcome to the family. Like I tell everybody, you know, if anytime you need to talk to me and then, you know, you need any spiritual guidance or even questions and concerns you're going through in your life and you don't feel comfortable with talking on the tube of you, please hit me on the Book of Faces, on the messenger. You know, if you can find me up under my name and just say, you know, send me a short message saying, Roslynn, I'm a part of the YouTube family. And we could talk from there. And everything we talk about is, you know, totally confidential and I don't place any judgment. So I will see you on my next video. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop me a line, you know, share, give me a thumbs up, and I will, you know, and I will see you on my next video. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible at everything you do. And, you know, much love to you. And I will talk to you on my next video. You know, make sure you give out love and life and, you know, love and light and prosperity as well as positivity. You never know, your kind words and vibes can really take somebody a long way. So have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible. And I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.